Warning: the following podcast contains violent scenes that may be unsettling to some listeners. Listener discretion is advised. In 1987, four childhood friends were reunited after 10 years to investigate the murder of a mentor they all shared. During this time, they unlocked the deep secrets of the past and found themselves exposed to the darkness that surrounded them. Soon it became more than a fight for justice, and instead it became a fight against the ultimate evil. 6 months later, in the winter of 1988, bonded by their knowledge of the dark unknown, they have decided to no longer be the victim. Now they seek out the deep roots of satanic corruption that hides in the shadows of society, all the while trying to mentor a new companion seeking justice for the death of his cousin. Institutionalized is the second story arc in the Chronicles of Darkness first edition story, The Ultimate Evil, set in Bismarck, North Dakota in 1988. Join us in this tale of satanic horror with Wayne, played by Adam, Che, played by Andrew, Alex, played by Mitch, Michael, played by Slavic, and the newcomer Derek, played by Tillman. If you'd like to contact us, you can find us on Twitter at twin_cities_VTM and on Facebook and Discord at Twin Cities by Night. If you'd like to help support the podcast, you can find us on Patreon at Twin Cities by Night. We hope you enjoy. So, Derek, you just popped up this information on the computer, and Wayne and Michael, you're kind of standing behind the chair, and you see Derek just looks up at you guys to wait for your reaction when you are both seeing that what this vehicle information is. You saw that it came from the Hertz that's in the Bismarck Municipal Airport. That is, and you guys know where the airport is. I mean, like I said, this isn't like a super big town, but you know the airport is south of Main Street. It's actually not too far from where you guys are at right now. And it's actually, Wayne, not too far from where your trailer park is. You all are very familiar with where it's at right now. Go ahead. Scenes on you guys.
Wayne is so blown away by just how that was possible. And it's almost like we have a wizard on our team. It's just like, can you believe that? Just looked it up in the goddamn computer. I don't know if we can get anywhere with this, but son of a, we can do that for other stuff too. That's Jesus Christ.
Yeah, rental service sounds tough though. Can we get like their customer data or whatever?
We can start by looking up the phone number. I can try to just call and fish around for information. I don't know. Try to bullshit them first and
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe you could go to the front desk and just bribe someone.
now that's a plan.
So, what are you guys going to do now that you have that information about the airport? Like I said, it's 5:30 right now. You have the kid, that Jason kid, who's probably back from school, or you can do it the next day, go get some drinks or go home or whatever your call may be. It's on you guys.
I probably need to call home actually while I'm not there.
How do you wish to go about that?
I don't know, just call them from the office phone or whatever.
Okay, you see Derek kind of steps away. He goes to like one of the phones on the desk, and you see him dial some numbers real quick. You hear, after 3 rings, the receiver kind of like it's like getting picked up, and then you hear a female voice, a familiar, warm voice of your mother, kind of brings that pang of warmth that every boy feels, no matter his age, when he hears his mother's voice coming through the phone, as long as she's not angry at him or let down. And you just kind of hear a hello.
Hey, Mom.
Oh, hey, how's it going? Long day at work, or you staying extra hours?
Not really. Actually, the welding shop probably is closing down.
No. What?
We lost the contract with the Civic Center. Yeah, we lost the contract with the Civic Center.
What? But they told you that was guaranteed work for like 2 years.
Yeah, and pretty sure the boss thought so too, but...
Oh, I am so sorry, Derek. Seriously, I'm so sorry for you. I know you had your hopes up about that job. I know that you...
It's really much worse for my colleagues. I actually got a new thing right now.
What? Wait, you found a job already?
Yeah.
How did that happen? You just kind of hear the joy in her voice.
Well, Jerry hooked me up like 2 months ago or something with these people who are just starting up as a private investigation service here. Maybe you have seen their ad in the newspaper, actually.
What? What? Wait. Is it the one with the guy smiling? In the
Yeah,
picture?
yeah, that's Michael. He's great.
Oh, he's a handsome little guy. He looks really happy in the picture. Nice teeth. Someone has nice teeth when they really stick out in like the black and white of the picture and everything like that. It's kind of cool. Wow, that is really amazing. I mean, I know Jerry used to be a cop and everything. I mean, that's a new career, right? That's a new path you can go down. Do you have to like do some kind of test or something, or like what are you going to be doing? Do you know?
I don't think for now. Maybe in the future, but now I'm just starting out as like an assistant, I guess.
See, Derek, this is what I'm telling you. I always have told you, you got to keep your head up and you got to keep taking one step after another. I mean, you should be very thankful for this. I mean, you should have gratitude, and I'm happy for you. I'm really happy to hear that this has happened for you. And your dad would be proud too. And I'm going to let him know, when he wakes up from his nap and everything. Are you still working then, I take it, or?
Yeah, maybe. Actually, the guys just got in a new case. I'm honestly not sure how much I'm able to tell you.
Ooh,
I'm new to this, so I better not talk too much right now, but we're going to try to hit some people up, talk to them in the evening hours, so I'll be late. But
okay, well, I'll leave dinner in the fridge. I actually have tonight off, so whenever you get home, if you just want to come in and grab it, and heat it up, or I'll leave it in your fridge. I'll go up to your apartment, I'll leave it in your fridge, okay? And then you can just heat it up when you get home, okay? In case your father and I are asleep, okay?
Okay, sounds great.
All right, I love you, okay? You stay out of trouble and be careful, all right?
Sure.
All right.
I got an ex-cop on my side as well.
Well, it's Bismarck. I mean, like, really, what can happen? She just kind of laughs and hangs up. And when she does that, you kind of get hit with this sense of like, oof. If she only,
exactly.
knew. Yeah, so you all see Derek hang up the phone. Go ahead, scenes on you guys.
Everything all right at home base, Derek?
Yeah, I just needed to give them a call. I never even mentioned to them that today was kind of crazy.
Yeah. Damn. What a shitty first day. It's usually actually pretty boring. You just got here at an interesting time. Anyway, all right, we got the license plate. So, do we talk to the kid now? What do you guys think?
Yeah, we might as well. We might as well look into the leads we have. And Wayne's going to be setting up like a little cork board kind of thing. Like not with like red string or anything like that, but he's pinning stuff up to a cork board. And whenever they decide to leave, he's just going to it's going to be like a larger cork board that's like on wheels, actually, like a big frame on wheels. And he's actually just going to wheel it somewhere private at the back of the office, and nobody can snoop on it or anything like that. But the whole time he's talking, he's just pinning like all kinds of different things that aren't even necessarily clues, like just a piece of paper with a phone number on it, just like a quick reference, basically.
Like what kind? Like, give me an example of what kind of stuff is up there. Like, okay, they when they start talking about, okay, let's go talk to this kid and they're getting the address. I mean, they're going to see you go back behind where like the couch area is at, like there, and you pull out this cork board on wheels and you start putting stuff up there. What are they seeing you put up there? Like, give us a good mental picture of exactly what this is.
Sure thing. So one of the things I'm putting up there is the Rolodex card that Toby's grandpa gave me. I'm just pinning that up there, and I'm not like pinning them in a way where we're going to like draw connections to stuff. I'm just like putting stuff up on the board. I'm pinning up the little note that I took that has the license plate number that I wrote down. I'm pinning up the whatever printout sheet had the Hertz information. Just little things that we've put together so far. Like if there's any like clippings or anything like that have been relevant, I'm putting those up.
You could put the Dakota Adventist Academy. You could put Michael McNulty. You could put the headmaster that Michael McNulty said he spoke to about the pictures, whose name is Garrett Dodson. You can put the kid's name, Jason Matthews, who you guys are going to go speaking to. The missing kid, his name is Toby Lancaster. You could put his grandfather, Otis Lancaster. So you see like him putting this stuff on the board. Michael, how does that make you feel seeing like Wayne is kind of taking this analytical, like approach, almost like a detective when it comes to this? What's going on through your head when you see that?
Well, Michael's obviously very happy that Vane's heavily invested into this shit, and he sort of encourages him with, like, talking about stuff and everything.
So there's like this sense of teamwork going on, like a creative medium while these two are going at it. Derek, you're seeing these two as they're working together, kind of putting up on the board there. Do you want to interject or add to this at all, or are you just kind of witnessing it right now and kind of seeing it?
I'm thinking Derek is just now like grasping the scope of things already established, because he only had like bits and pieces so far. So he's like, what's with this school? Why did it close down for a year?
And Wayne, you hear him say that, so I'll go ahead and let you respond. You may not, you don't even know really, to be honest.
I don't know. I don't know why it closed.
Do you think maybe you can get some like background info from the former head of school, this Keith?
And Wayne will be kind of like writing names on little index cards this whole time, and he's thumbtacking them. And the whole time Derek's talking to him, Wayne's back is kind of facing Derek as he does stuff on this cork board, and he's got a cigarette in one hand, and he'll occasionally like look back to talk to Derek. Yeah, maybe we can do that. That's a good plan. I mean, I don't think I was asking the right questions at first, because I don't think I realized how serious this whole thing is. And he'll just like take a step back from the cork board and just like look over all of it and just like put his cigarette out in the ashtray and then sit back down in the chair. And he'll just like kind of lean in closer to Derek, and he'll just be like, that guy I talked to, the guidance counselor, he looked haunted almost, just really disturbed. I don't know. The whole thing, it just gives me this weird feeling, it's like a pit in my stomach. It's like a inclination.
Yeah, the thing that you mentioned about him not being allowed to talk, like the head of school telling him to shut up, that seems really, really bad.
I don't know who it was to protect, but it scares me almost,
You see this board eventually starts filling up, and like with like 40 minutes of effort, you guys have all this information. I hope as players you guys are keeping all these threads that you guys should write down, all these threads you guys should investigate. So you have this board done at this moment, and you guys look outside and you can see it's already dark out now. It's about like 6:15, 6:30 right now. And whose vehicle are you going to take? Because Wayne, this is going back to those Prairie View apartments that you were at earlier. And Mike, these Prairie View apartments because this is where you and Che went and talked to Johnny Vaughn when he was like sitting out his window getting drunk, like this last late summer, early fall. Who's going to be driving what car? Are you guys going to go separate cars, or what's your plan of action at this moment?
Let's just take a different car from Wayne's, or like one that isn't Wayne's car.
I think Derek is there with his... Did he have a truck or a van?
Van. He had a van.
Yeah.
Yep, he had a van.
So probably pretty roomy.
Yeah, that'd be a good thing. You have a van. We can even say like the back has like the seats where you can either lay them flat and pull them up, so you can put stuff in the back, or you can like have seats so someone can sit in the front with you, and someone can sit like in this whole row of seats. You know what I mean? That's like right behind it and everything like that.
Yeah, and maybe even thinking it has like he can use it to like get his dad somewhere. So.
Oh yeah, for like the health reasons and everything.
Yeah, maybe he has like some weird extension where he can make like steps on towards like the raised door.
Yeah, like on
it's probably a little bit of a custom job everywhere, but very modular.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, nice. And we'll even do you justice and not make it white. We'll say like it's a tan van right now. You guys get in the van. Who's sitting in the front?
Mike sits in the front.
Definitely. He's like shotgun.
Yeah.
What kind of music do you have? Do you have music playing? Do you usually have the radio on, or what usually, if you turn on the car right now, you guys are all like going in there and you're doing the North Dakota, like, God damn, it's cold, and trying to like warm up your hands, breath's coming out, you're starting, and it starts up, you turn on the heater, people are you always got to wait for that heater for like a good minute or two before you start driving. What are people hearing as they're shivering in the vehicle right now, waiting for it to like the heat to kick in?
I'm thinking Derek is a radio guy. Yeah. Especially like in the morning. He likes like the morning shows where people kind of like
walking to Bismarck 189. Yeah, it's a Bismarck morning. No, so right now you actually hear like Phil Collins is playing because through the music right now, through the speakers, it kind of this distorted front speakers is not really that good of a system, and you kind of hear that song, I Can Feel It in the Air Tonight. It's like kind of like playing right now as you guys are driving along the road. You can feel the slush is starting to ice up a little bit because it's getting kind of frosty, but your vehicle is perfect for it. It has distributed weight, and as you're driving up on North Washington Street going north, you get to Divide Street where Mike's kind of leading you, pointing you to the right direction. You make a left on Divide Street, and both Mike and Wayne, you see that YMCA again on the left that you guys were part of when you were kids, when Amanda was your counselor, and you kind of drive past that golf course that's past it on the left, and you keep going down Divide Street where eventually you get to these apartments. When you get to the front of the apartment building that you were just at earlier today, Wayne, it's much different at night, because when you pull into the parking lot, you drive past these two big snow drifts that like looks like someone plowed the driveway in the street, and they just kind of made these huge snow drifts, and it's dark. It's like really dark, and it's a clear night. And so when you get out of the vehicle, you can see it's you have the street lights that are in the parking lot, but it's almost like the stars and the street lights leave this reflective, like shine this reflective crust that's over the snow. Like it's not fresh snow, so it's almost like frozen to a bit, to where you get out of the vehicles and just kind of almost like illuminates the parking lot in this weird way. And you see through the pitch darkness that is around you, because there's not like a lot of businesses around these apartments, you see the lights from the apartments kind of break through the darkness, and they're almost like beacons of warmth. Like, like within these windows and within these apartments, there's warmth there compared to how you are right now, because as soon as you get out of the vehicle, out of the van, your nose hairs start freezing up, and you can kind of feel that crispness. Like your mustache gets crinkly sometimes, Wayne, when you walk out into the cold. And we'll say right now the scene's on you guys in the parking lot. Go ahead.
All right. Nobody noticed anyone following us? Michael almost like smiles sarcastically.
Honestly, I was paying attention on the road, like snow drifts and everything.
I think Wayne would have looked. Did anybody, anything sketchy happen?
Yeah, let's have you roll with some composure, please.
4 successes for Mike.
2 for Wayne.
Sorry, guys, you got awesome successes, but unfortunately nothing was following you as you guys were driving. But you were super hyper vigilant, though. I love doing rolls like that because I think it gets everyone like kind of worked up a little bit. I don't mean to let you down, but you guys were vigilant. Like Michael, while he's driving, pay attention to the road, you're kind of doing this like looking in the rear view mirror on the back, because you can't really see anything from the rear view mirror, but you're kind of just like looking in the back, keep looking out. And you notice, Wayne, that you and Michael are kind of like in this hyper vigilant mode. Wayne, you keep like looking on the side of the car, out the window on the side, or you look over the seat to look out the back of the van, because there's like the back of the van can be opened up like these double doors, and they have like these double windows, and you're trying to see if anything's following, but you don't notice that anything is following you. Matter of fact, when you kind of are on Divide towards the end by these apartments, there's no cars behind you following you at this moment. So you guys are in this parking lot right now. And by the way, that Jason Matthews lives on the first floor in apartment 106.
All right, let's get to it then.
So you guys walk in towards the entrance of the apartments. Now there's one that's on the right that's like this. There's like this glass pane window that has like a glass door you can open up, and you can actually see through the glass. There's like wall mounted mailbox, and then there's like a door that goes in the first floor hallway. Or there's another door on the left that is just a single door. It's like a metal door that you can open up and go in. Wayne starts walking across the parking lot towards the glass door, and he goes ahead, and you see him open it up, and you two follow, and he steps in, and he's kind of like, there's not like really like fresh snow on the ground, it's just compact, but he's kind of clicking his boots on the back of the door to make sure he gets all the muck off him. But you, Michael and Derek, kind of look at him doing that, and you look around and you realize like he's putting a lot of effort for something that looks like people don't really take care of. Like you're looking at the tile that's in front of the mailboxes, between the glass door and the mailboxes along the wall, and you see it's all grimy, and there's like mud and like salt, and it's just like, it looks like it hasn't been cleaned. You actually, Derek, look, and you see like the mailbox, and you look to the right, and there's like a little like 2-foot segment of a wall, and you see there's like a cork board with like advertisements like, selling a dog, or missing cat, or babysitting. It's all pinned up there, and you kind of hear, when you guys step in and you hear the glass door close behind you, you hear like sounds coming from like different hallways, and you look and you see on the right there's like steps that go up, and it has like the steps have like this orange carpet that looks like it's like nailed down on there that goes up, and it's like really grimy and dirty looking. You can smell like faint traces of like smoke and other things. And you look ahead, and if you were to look ahead instead of going up the stairs, you see that there's a door there, like another metal door. And you see Wayne like just kind of opens it, like it has a handle, not like a doorknob. And you see him open the handle, and you see on the top of the door, it has one of those spring latches, where like if you open it and you let it close, it will close automatically. And so you see him pull it, and he walks in there, and you see more of that orange carpet, and you hear the door close behind you, and you see there's 2 apartments on the right. And you see it says like 109, 108, and you go forward and you make a left, and then you see there's like, you look down the hallway and you're like, okay, there's probably like 5 apartments in this hallway segment. If I go to the other end, there's 2 more apartments like this to mirror this side that you're on now. And as you guys are doing the math, you're kind of looking, you see that 106 is the center apartment that's on the right. And so you guys walk up to it, and you see like there's this brown door. It's probably metal, and you see it has like this brown metal frame that kind of goes around it. You see there's an eye hole there, and you see there's the numbers 106 that are kind of like embedded onto this door. You can see and smell like cigarette, a faint trace of urine that's coming from this rug a little bit, and you can definitely tell that this isn't a place that's taken care of, especially compared to your apartments, Derek, that you live in. That's kind of by the Kirkwood apartments that are by the Kirkwood Mall. Not that they're high class, but you definitely know you don't walk in there and smell like urine in the hallway like that. So go ahead, scenes on you guys.
Michael, a carpet like this in a weather like we have right now in the hallway, is that a criminal offense?
It should be.
Look, Mike, Derek, why don't you guys take the lead on this one? I'll just hang back.
I'll take point.
Do you want to wait in the car?
No, I'm gonna hang outside.
You sure? It's freezing.
Well, I was thinking I would hang like in the, I don't know, like in the halls of the apartment. Like I won't like go in. I was already in Otis's apartment earlier today, and I don't want to be showing my face too much, knocking on everybody's door and everything. So I'll just hang outside the door and wait for you guys.
All right.
So you knock on the door, Michael. You see Wayne. Wayne, you walk kind of like forward, and you lean against the wall, like on the opposite side that you guys came through. Mike, you knock on the door, and you hear like the metallic sound of like the knock as your knuckles come across it, and you for a second are listening. You're doing your normal interaction. Matter of fact, you have been to these apartments plenty of times when you're a cop. Usually during the summertime though, where people are more out and about and they're more drinking, but you were here during the winter sometimes too. And you see this, Derek, where Michael will knock, and he kind of like just, not like he's putting his ear right on the door, but he's kind of, you see him tilt his head a little bit like he's listening. And you hear for a moment, like you hear TV a little bit, then you hear footsteps coming towards the door. And then you see this as a sign of someone home, as you see the light that's coming through the peephole turns dark for a second, like someone's looking through. And then you see it go away. And then you hear this sliding of like the sliding lock that's on the door, and you hear the rattling of the chain. Then you hear of another lock, like one of the bigger, locks that you turn, and you hear the door open. You see like this lady kind of like opens the door like a foot. She's not opening the door all the way. And you see this is a common thing that people do in apartments like this, because they don't want to open their door all the way and not know who's at the door. They don't recognize you. But for the most part, you look clean cut and you look somewhat normal, which also these people speak of it being an authority figure, because they're not used to having people that look like you really knocking on the door. You see this lady, she has like blondish hair. It looks like it's supposed to be blonde, but it has dark roots. It's kind of has a bunch of hairspray and mousse in it, but it's not sticking out. But you see it's kind of curled, like with volume that kind of like goes to her shoulders. You see she looks tired, like she probably got off work. You can see that she has kind of some bags under her eyes that are more like for sleep deprivation. Not saying she looks like a drug addict or whatever. You see that she has pretty normal, clear skin, but she looks to be like she has a little weight to her. It may be because of the quality of food or the lack of exercise or anything to that extent, but she looks to be like someone around the age of 30 or maybe 35, like that. And you see there's a moment she's like, hello, can I help you?
Hello, ma'am. My name is Michael Gray. I'm from the Dakota Investigative Services. I'm here looking into the disappearance of Toby Lancaster. This is my associate, Derek. Derek, please introduce yourself.
Hello, ma'am. Derek Porter.
And you see she kind of looks at you for a second, and this is realization with people who live in these apartments, and you kind of find that there's like different types of people. You usually have people who kind of are like not doing anything with their lives. I mean, they're all on welfare because this is HUD apartment, but you see that there's some where people are kind of like taking advantage of the system. Some of people who generally like are trying to do well for them and their kid, mostly single mothers, who are trying to do it. And you can see that like her reaction to authority is not a defensive one, which usually indicates to you, Michael, that this is usually probably the type of person who's kind of having a hard time supporting a single kid, being a single mother, who needs assistance. Because you see, there's a moment where she recognizes the authority, and then she asks politely, "Can I see your identification real quick, sir? I'm sorry."
I assume Michael
Oh, he already has it. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay. So you see, she like looks at your ID, and she just kind of nods, and she opens up the door. She's like, "Please come in." And as you walk in, you see that this is a kind of a smaller apartment. You see that to the right away when you walk in, to the right, there's like this circular brown like dining room table. It's not a big one, but it's a circular one that has like 4 seats. And you see that like to the wall to the right, there's like a sliding closet door to where like if you want to put something in there, but there's no separation from this little minuscule dining room to like the living room. And you look and you see the living room, and you see that the living room has like 2 couches that kind of have a flower pattern to them, but they're kind of older couches, and have this wooden coffee table that has like glass that is on it and brown wood that goes around it. It looks chipped though. It looks like it's probably like 10 or who knows how many years old. And you see that there's this TV on a TV stand. It's a smaller TV that has bunny ears with like tinfoil on it. And you see that there's like some local news or something on there. You look to the left and you see that there is a kitchen area. And the thing that separates you from right now from the kitchen area is like one of those bar like tables or bar stool setups that are there, counters where that like someone can stand there. But you look to see, to get into the kitchen, you would have to go down this hallway on the left and make the first left. And you just kind of see like it's dark. You see that like it doesn't look like she's cooking anything. And you can kind of hear like a little bit of noise coming from down the hallway where you assume the bedrooms might be, but you don't know yet because you can't quite see there. And she's like, please come in. And she's like, you see she's kind of like caught off guard for a second. She's like, would you like to have a seat? She just kind of pulls one of the dining room.
Yes, please. Chairs. But I don't think we'll be long. We just have a couple questions. Is your son around?
Yeah. Hold on a second. You see her go, Jason, and she kind of starts walking down the little hallway on the left, and you kind of hear a knock on the door, and you hear her open it, and you just kind of hear a muffle. Like, whoa. She's like, Jason, there's some people who want to talk to you. She kind of looks like, do you want him to come out here, or do you want to talk to him in here? What's easier? I'm sorry, I don't know what to do in the situation.
Oh no, it's fine. What do you think would be easier for Jason?
And she stops for a second. She's like, hold on one second, Jason. She closes the door and she walks up to you, and she's like, I'm sorry, I haven't given you my name. My name's Claire. And she's like, she just extends her hand out to you. She's like, if this is about Toby, I think maybe you'd have better luck talking to Jason in there. Sometimes Jason's at that age where he doesn't talk to me as much like he used to. I signed him up for like the Big Brother program and everything like that. And he kind of seems to open up to male figures more because unfortunately there's not a male figure in our lives for him right now. So I'd say maybe if you guys want to go talk to him in there, I just ask please to leave the door open if you can.
And, yeah, of course. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So you see her walk down, and you see she's wearing like these stonewashed jeans, and she has like this green sweater on, and she's not wearing any shoes right now, but she has like these pink socks that are underneath the stonewashed jeans. And she goes and opens the door, and you can tell these bedroom doors are cheap doors. They're not like super thick doors like the apartment had. And when you guys kind of look, like she opens it, she kind of steps to the side, and you look in this room, you see it's a rather small room. You see that there's a bed that's in the far left corner. You see that there's sliding closet doors on the right. You see that on the left before the bed, there's like a desk, like this cheap, like school writing desk or anything. Like looks like he can sit there and draw if he wants to. You see on the walls that there's like a poster of Michael Jordan, like doing like the Air Jordan like slam dunk thing. You see that there's like a Poison poster that's on there, and like you see that there's like this poster of a Lamborghini that's from like the Scholastic Book Club that he has like thumbtacked on there. You see he has a Bo Jackson poster also on the wall, the one where he has like the football pads and he has the baseball bat behind him and has a Nike symbol. It says like Bo's nose. And you see this kid, he's like kind of sitting on his bed, and he's kind of like looking shocked. Like, oh, and he has like a magazine that is on a Sports Illustrated magazine that's like sitting on his bed, like he was like reading it on his bed. You see on the ground, you see that there's like some clothes that maybe he just threw there. You see that there's like a basketball that's there. And he's at that weird stage in his life where like, oh, there's a Transformer or there's some G.I. Joes, but it's kind of like not as much as it should be. He's kind of like trying to push away from that. And he like looks up to you. You see he's wearing sweatpants. He has like no socks on under the sweatpants, and he has like a tank top that he has like a cut off t-shirt, like has a Nike symbol, but has like the sleeves cut off. And he has like this short blonde hair, but it looks like it's like a little longer on the back, but it's like shorter on top, which is a stylish cut. Like it's a mullet, but like a junior mullet. And you see the thing about this kid is you look at him, you realize that he's like one of those kids who, when they turn 12 or 13, like they really start getting hit with that testosterone more than maybe more kids their age. You see, like he has like, you can see with the cutoff shirt, you see he has like defined like arms, you know, like his muscles are defined and everything like that. And you see he has like traps on there that are kind of like, and his jaw's more like distinguished than most kids his age. He's like losing that baby fat. And you can kind of see that looks like he's a pretty athletic kid. And so you see him look up and he looks shocked for a second, and you see his mom go, "Hey, Jason, don't worry. These two gentlemen are working for this private investigative company who are trying to help find Toby." And you see him for a second, like he looks at her, and then he looks at you two, and you see there's a moment where he just kind of like nods, like, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "So I'm going to let them in here talk to you. I'm going to leave the door open. If you need anything, just holler at me, okay? I'm going to be in the kitchen starting dinner, all right?" It's like, yeah, okay, sure. And you just see him kind of like he closes the Sports Illustrated magazine, and he kind of just does this weird thing where he kind of scoots as far away from you as he can on the bed, like toward the wall, because you know what I mean? He doesn't quite know you as you guys are standing in the room there. And he just looks at you. He's like, hi, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do right now.
Hey, Jason.
Hey.
Me and Derek here. Well, I'm a detective or private detective at my agency, and we're trying to find Toby. So, first of all, when was the last time you talked with Toby?
You see a moment, he's like thinking about it, and he looks like out his window, like his window blinds are just open a little bit, and you guys can see through the window blinds, and you can see it's dark, but there's lights coming through. And you realize, Mike, there's a second where you're looking through the blinds, like, oh, I can see the path, that opposite end of what I walked through when I went and talked to Johnny Vaughn. You can kind of see that back courtyard. You see him for a second. He's like, well, I saw him like a few months ago when he ran away last time. He stayed here. He somehow got here. He said he like hitchhiked and he found his way back here, and he was just trying to like figure out how he's gonna like let his grandpa know he didn't want to go back. But I don't know. Like Toby's weird sometimes. But,
can you tell us why he didn't want to go back?
And you see him for a moment. He like looks past your shoulder, and he's like to see if his mom's still there. Then he looks at you, and he's like, Toby said weird shit is there, man. He said,
okay. I sort of take out a pen and paper, and I like put it in front of him. And it's like, in case you want to write something down instead of saying it, that's all right too.
You see he looks, and he's like, and he like takes your pen, and you see him write real quick, and he just kind of hands it to you, and you see the letters XEX. He's like, that type of stuff he made it sound like.
Oh, okay. And when did this start?
He said that just weird stuff had been going on there. I don't know. Toby's been gone. Like he was gone most of the school year before that. I mean, I don't know. Toby's my friend. He's like my really close friend, but Toby, he's kind of an asshole, like he's kind of, and you see like for a second you realize he said asshole in front of adults. He's like, I'm sorry. He's just,
that's okay.
Toby was just, Toby's one of those people where they're like mean to people and everyone thinks they're mean, but then like, him and he's not really that way. And you try to tell people that like, hey, this is my friend. He doesn't act like that around me, but no one believes you. That's how Toby was, like Toby and I weren't even, we used to be friends when we were like in grade school. And then like he started being a jerk to people. And my mom used to tell me it was because like he didn't have his mom and dad, and like how, he probably was angry that his mom and dad weren't around. And then one day Toby kept saying stuff to me, and I just got tired of it. And I kind of grew bigger before Toby, like I'm bigger than Toby. So I punched him, and Toby started leaving me alone after that. And he started, like being nice to me, like we started being friends after that. And I used to tell Toby, I'd be like, Toby, do sports. Like I'm good at basketball. Like my mom knows I'm good at sports. I'm good at basketball and stuff. And I would tell Toby, like, do basketball, like do stuff, like, so you don't get angry all the time. And so why do you go get in trouble? Why do you go break windows, or why do you go steal stuff? Like, go do stuff I do. We both are poor. We both don't have dads. Like, we do the same stuff as me. And he wouldn't stop. And his grandpa, my mom says his grandpa sent him to that school because he's too old to take care of him. And so I didn't see Toby for like 5 months, like 5 or 6 months. And then all of a sudden, like I'm in the back playing basketball at the court and Toby's there. And he's like, hey, hide me at your house. I'm going to stay at your house. I don't know. And he was crying. And so I like snuck him in my house. I snuck him through the window and he like points to the window. He's like, I can go through the window. Don't tell my mom, but I can go in and out this window here. And he's like, I snuck him through the window and I said, Toby, like, what's going on? And he said that there's weird stuff at that school. He said that the leader of the school, whatever you call it, the principal, but they have a different word for it, like a head something. I don't even know the word for it. He said that head guy was really weird. He said his name was like Keith or something, the old head guy. I guess he doesn't work there anymore. And Toby would cry a lot. Like he missed his grandpa. And so my mom eventually found out I was hiding Toby because I was sneaking food from the kitchen to give to Toby to eat. And she said, Toby has to go to his grandpa's. And Toby told me that the only way he'd go to that school if he talked to his guidance counselor, McDonald or something is his name. I can't remember. And you see him look at the ground for a second. He's like, looks away and he looks back at you. And he's like, and you can see he's trying to like think of like how to say something. And he's like really turning away.
I sort of push the pen and paper towards him, like, if you don't want to say something.
Toby, I think, was sad a lot. Like,
okay.
More than sad a lot. He just didn't seem happy anymore.
You know why?
Was this before he went to the school or?
It was when he was here. It was after when he stayed here for like a week. I just think Toby knew nothing was going to change. I think, and you see a moment, you see like he kind of like wipes his cheeks with the back of his hand. You can see tears are slowly starting to come out. And he's like, I think Toby thinks he's going to be like everyone here when he grows up. Where like, I don't want to be here when I grow up. I want to make my mom live somewhere else and I want to give her money. And I don't want to be like these people who drink or fight or get arrested. And I think that Toby doesn't think that he can ever get out of here. And
were you two getting along well when you was here?
Oh, yes. He's my buddy. We listened to Motley Crue and Guns N' Roses, and he'd play basketball. He'd help me practice for basketball. He would tell me that I was good at basketball. I didn't think I was good, but he'd like, no, you are good. And he'd tell me like I need to try out for sports teams and stuff. And I listened to him. Listen, I'm scared because if I heard Toby was gone from the school, and I know that Toby would not tell me. Toby would tell me if he was out of that school. Do you know, him and me are best friends. He would not just go away without telling me.
Did you two ever have phone conversations when he was?
No, they don't.
The school you were here?
No, he said that school is super churchy. Like all the church stuff, and they always like got to pray, and they can't like watch TV. And he said the kids there are mean to him too, and everything like that. And he said the only person he liked was that guidance counselor of his. It's not fair. None of this is fair. I mean, like, why do all the rich kids get to like have both parents, and someone like Toby doesn't? And he has a grandpa that can't take care of him. How's that fair?
It's not, Toby. It's not, Jason.
So are you gonna find him?
Oh, I'm going to do my darndest to try.
You promise me?
I promise.
And you see like the tears are like starting to, stop as he's like sitting there.
Look, Jason, we think Toby might be in big trouble. So if you have anything that you don't want to tell us or anything, we're not going to judge you for it.
Toby said that weird sex stuff he thinks was happening at the school.
Did he specify anything, or was that all he said?
Toby told me it didn't happen to him, but he thinks that like he was scared it might, but he thought that guidance counselor would stop it from happening to him if he could. I mean, he said
do you think the guidance counselor knew about this?
No. He said no. He said the guidance counselor was the only nice person there. He said that he thought the guidance counselor would protect him. So that's why he said the only way he'd go back there if he could talk to the guidance counselor on the phone. And my mom said that Mr. Lancaster had Toby talk to the guidance counselor on the phone, and the guidance counselor said that everything would be okay and he should come back to school.
All right. Thanks, Jason. Derek, do you have anything to add?
Just make conversation with him a little bit, like ask him what team he's playing for.
Oh yeah, I'm part of the Hughes Junior High Grizzlies. Like, oh my God, do you like Michael Jordan?
Oh yeah, my dad is really into sports. He can't move anymore, so he's just watching sports on TV.
That's
it's
sad.
kind of a bummer, but
do you watch sports with them? I wish I had a dad. I have this Big Brother, like the Big Brother program. You ever hear about the Big Brother program? Like you have someone and they come in. At first, I wasn't sure what to feel, but he will take me to like restaurants where you can eat like chicken wings and watch sports on the thing. I mean, they have beer, but I can't drink beer. But like we'll watch like basketball and they have cable, so they can like show the basketball games for like different teams, and like I can see the bowl game sometimes there, and it's awesome. I want to be like Michael Jordan when I grow up. I mean, he is my hero. Like, you see my poster there? That poster cost me $20. You know how many cans I had to recycle to get that poster? I mean, I had to do it for the Bo Jackson one too. But I play basketball, and you see he just starts going off. Like, he feels a sense of relief that there's a connection. He's like, I play basketball in the spring or in the fall, and I play football in the winter or the fall. And he just kind of like just starts talking. Eventually, the conversation winds down, and you see his mom like poke his head in the table, and you see Mike is kind of just like looking at it, like Derek, and you're looking at him, but eventually she's like, all right, Jason's gonna have to eat here. Can I talk to you two in the living room? Jason, I'll come and get you for dinner, okay? You keep reading your magazine. You better have done your homework, young man. If you don't do your homework, you're not gonna be playing those sports. And he's like, I know, Mom, I did it when I got home. Jesus. And you just see him like kick back in the bed, and he like crosses his feet, and he like starts reading the Sports Illustrated that's in his hands there. As you two walk into the living room with her, she kind of like motions to the table, and she's like, so did he help out at all? Or is there anything that I can like help out with myself? Or
No, he was a great help, honestly, because we know Toby was a troubled boy, but Jason was his basically only friend. So we got to...
He was a tough kid. I mean, he was a bully to a lot of kids, but I mean,
yeah.
I think it was just because of the pent-up frustration he had about his lot in life. His grandpa tried as best as he could. Poor man. I couldn't imagine having to raise a teenager at that age. I can barely do it myself, and I have one that listens to me occasionally. She just kind of smiles.
Yes, I can understand that fully. Here's my card.
Okay,
you can call us if anything comes up, if Toby feels like, if Toby contacts Jason or anything of the sort happens, where you can call us.
Yeah. Can I ask you something before you leave? Did he say like why Toby was so scared about that school? I could never get Jason to tell me, and I never heard.
Ma'am, I'm afraid to say that this is confidential to the investigation. However, just between the two of us, there's something weird about that place.
Is my son gonna be okay? He's not in any danger, is he?
No. As long he's not a student there or anything, so
no, of course not. I don't have to. No, yeah. I mean, those Bible thumping assholes are usually the biggest fucking hypocrites. They make their way through these apartments all the time, and they assume that everyone who lives in these apartments are some drunk or drug addict, and they want to tell me if I repent from my sins, the glory of heaven will pay my fucking bills. And yeah,
staying out of their way is probably the best option.
When we find Toby, I think it would be best if we can maybe make arrangements that he changes school again. Maybe it's around
definitely
Jason a lot more. The two of them, I think they
bonded
need each other.
Yeah,
they're a good influence on each other, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, ma'am, thank you for your time, and we won't bother you anymore.
All right, thank you. As she
have a nice evening.
You too. And she closes the door.
Do you like what we do and want even more White Wolf media in your life? Then make sure to check out the Facebook group called White Wolf and Onyx Path RPGs Gameplay and Media. It's a great place to stay up to date on videos, podcasts, and actual plays that different content creators release. It's easy to diverse and is rapidly growing with new media being shared every day.